funnier adults.
Why didn't the skeleton go to the dance? Because he didn't have any body to go with.
Dad jokes rule. So take a moment to make a moment and give your kid a laugh. It's as easy as going to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
That's really funny.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing, but not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. This breaks my heart, and it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and gives it to families in need. To help, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
KWKH and K277D Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU Sports, a Town Square Media station. Good afternoon. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Voice of the Demons, right?
Yes.
Touchdown, Demons!
Brined, marinated, or dry rubbed, it's sports the way you like it.
Sports Center top 10 right there!
Talking to the biggest names, bringing you the best interviews.
He actually smokes his beans.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
The cooler is full and the brisket is resting.
Just a nice little pull and it comes right apart. That's perfect.
We eat ribs with this dude.
Here's your master of ceremonies, the Kansas City Barbecue Society certified expert.
Throw the fade, looking for Ferguson. Got it!
Patrick Netherton.
13-yard touchdown. Demons are back in it.
And good afternoon. We welcome you in. It's the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. What's up, everybody? How are we? It's hump day, right? Wednesday? Isn't that right? Yeah. I'm in that point, Rogers, where I'm not sure what day it is anymore. Like, it's just that kind of weird portion of time where I'm like, okay. I got to bebop out here a little bit early today because I got drafted into doing the Lady Demons game today. That's usually the Tyler Moody game, but Moody is in Chicago with Ben Mintz and that whole crew. So I am handling the Lady Demons game against Tarleton. Interestingly enough, Rogers, Tarleton coached by a longtime Kim Mulkey assistant, a guy named Bill Baker, who was with Mulkey for, I think, all of her titles at Baylor. And even more interesting, Rogers, I don't know if you'll find this interesting or not, I do, in his bio, he was with Mulkey for like 18 years. In his bio, there are multiple coaches quoted. You know, oh, Bill's a great guy, Coach Baker, blah, blah, blah. Mulkey was not quoted, which I thought was a little bit unusual, right? I mean, she was his coach. They won championships together. I thought it a little odd that she was not actually quoted anywhere in his bio, but she was not. So we got a little Lady Demon basketball tonight to get through. It is a 5:00 game, so it'll be so. Like I said, I gotta bebop out of here a little bit early to make my way down to Natchitoches to get prepared for that. So that's why I will be getting out just a touch early. It'll be like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. It won't be anything crazy. But again, I do have to get out just a touch early, so we will do that. Otherwise, we're going to be here hanging out. We've got the what is quickly becoming apparently sort of a bombshell of the Charlie Baker in the NCAA. This is getting more and more sort of growing, and more people are starting to pay attention to it, that the NCAA is being somewhat proactive. Someone said it's I think it was Ross Dellinger, said it is the most proactive the NCAA has been maybe ever or at least in the last 50 years or so, the most proactive that they have been. So we'll see. I think it's a great idea. I love the thought process behind potentially having a sort of extra subdivision. What I don't want to see happen is I don't want to see this turn into an insular thing. I don't want the NCAA basketball tournament affected, right? I don't want the top 60 teams or the top 80 teams or whatever it is. I don't want them to break away and do their own basketball tournament, because the fun of the basketball tournament in March Madness are the upsets. It's the Rogers, who was it? Florida Atlantic last year that got to the Final Four, wasn't that right? I think the Owls made it. I know somebody outside of the traditional power grouping made it. I thought it was FAU. Let's see, Final Four 2023. Florida Atlantic, San Diego State, UConn, and Miami. A 4 seed, 2 5 seeds, and a 9 seed. All right, if you go with the plan that you potentially have in place, UConn may not be there, San Diego State may not be there, and Florida Atlantic may not be there because they may all not want to reach that threshold of having to withhold or having to put, $5, $6, $10 million aside in order to find a spot. So, so it was, would San Diego State pay the price, so to speak, to be in that upper echelon? I don't know. Would Florida Atlantic? I don't know. But there's every possibility that those teams, if the teams that break away decide to do their own tournaments, I think it's going to really be, that's going to be a massive loss in college athletics. Massive loss. To not have the 16 seeds, the Demons as a 14 seed, the 14 seed beating the 3, all that kind of stuff, right? I don't foresee there's not going to be, if you have, let's say there's 70 teams that break away, are you going to hold your own basketball tournament? And if so, is it 32 teams? Are you going to take half of them? What I don't want to see is it's a breakaway financially. I don't want to see it be a breakaway in terms of on the court, on the field product. I don't want Power 5 or this whatever, Financial 5, whatever you want to call them. I don't want this group to only play each other, right? I still want to see a group. I still want to see LSU UAB. I still want to see LSU Army. Did UAB? No, LSU played UAB years ago. They won, right? Didn't UAB win that game years and years ago? Like early, was that early or Saban lost to Monroe. I want to say early in maybe Les's tenure they lost UAB. Anyway, I think they lost UAB. We need to see those games. Even if it's, LSU's really good and they blow Army out. Okay, but that's a cool game. It's a neat trip for the Army people. It also trickles the money down a little bit, which is great. If you're going to come in and have, these higher programs making all this money, I'd still like to see them, that money still go back in, so to speak. So I'm hoping that will be the case. I hope so. But anyway, so we can get into that and all the ramifications of that if you like. We've got Rogers. Surprisingly, your McNeese State Cowboys won last night. Did you see who they played? The Mississippi University for Women, who apparently had dudes on their team. I was like, is this a Joanna Mann situation? Like, is Joanna Mann going to show up? No, but apparently the Mississippi University for Women fields a men's team, and McNeese won handily, as you would expect. That means that McNeese moves to 8-2. It's their best start since like the 70s, and it means that they get Will Wade back. His suspension ends after 10 games. They just played their 10th game. In the interim, his assistant coaches did a great job. They have wins over VCU, UAB, couple Texas State, and then I think one other really nice program. So some good wins for McNeese, and they are top 30 in the net rankings to start things off. So we got that happening. College basketball, college football, obviously always on the brain as we still belly aching about Florida State. And I get it. Probably Florida State should have been in, but with the criteria the selection committee uses, you couldn't put them in. You couldn't say Florida State without Jordan Travis was better or is better than Alabama with Jalen Milroe. Also, Rogers, I kind of laughed last night. We on the group thread, Hester sent a picture, and it was of Greg McElroy. And it was Greg McElroy saying no team could ever overcome subpar quarterback play and win a national championship. And it was them beating Texas 37-21 when McElroy went 6 of 11 for 58 yards. His QB rating was 25. And he said it was the worst game of all time. And remember, that was the game Colt McCoy got hurt and Garrett Gilbert had to come in. He said if Colt McCoy doesn't get hurt, Texas is on cruise control, would have been 14-0 immediately. And I wrote him back and said, so what you're saying is that Texas couldn't win the game without their starting quarterback. Appreciate you making the committee's point. And he said, one-score game with 6 minutes left with Garrett Gilbert at quarterback. I said, so what you're saying is Texas couldn't win the game without their starting quarterback. He actually inadvertently made the committee's point for them. Texas ultimately was not going to win that game when Colt McCoy went down. It's the same thing for Florida State in the same scenario, right? They weren't going to beat Michigan with their backup quarterback. Was it Rodemaker, Rowan Gardner, Farfignugan? I can't remember all the names that Daniel Stern called Henry Rowan Gardner or whatever his name was in, I think that was Rookie of the Year, Little Big League. As one of the kid playing in the major leagues story. But, it kind of made the point, right? Florida State without Jordan Travis is a different animal. In much the same way that in the basketball selections, they will move teams based on injuries, right? A team may have been a 4 seed, then they lose a significant player, and now suddenly they're a 6 or a 7 seed. That's what happens. It's part of the committee's process. They have to do this. That's how it works. The committee is charged with not only figuring out the best 4 teams, but they have to factor injuries into that, right? And again, it's unfair. Florida State should be in. Understand what I'm saying here. I am on Florida State's side. Florida State should be in. But by the rules that the committee is tasked with following, they didn't have a choice. No one looks at Florida State and says they are better than Alabama right now without Jordan Travis. With Jordan Travis, yeah, they're in 100%. It's not even close. And I'm not so sure that Texas may not be the team that needs to be out, right? We're giving Texas a big pass here. I'm not so sure they shouldn't be out. And even though they won against Alabama head-to-head, I'm not sure Alabama's not a better team than Texas right now. So the committee was sort of damned if they do, damned if they don't. Whichever way they went, if they put Florida State in, people would be belly aching because they're supposed to pick the 4 best teams, and no one thinks that Florida State is better than Alabama without their starting quarterback. So the committee was boxed in. Once Alabama beat Georgia, the committee was screwed. Like, they didn't have a choice. So me personally, if I had a vote, a pick, with the way things shook out right now, I would have put Washington 1, Michigan 2, I would have put Florida State 3, and I would have put Alabama 4, and I would have dumped Texas. That's me personally. I think Alabama is a better team than Texas. Texas is playing very well. They've looked very good, but their loss is the worst loss of anyone in that group. Georgia lost to Alabama. Alabama lost to Texas. Texas lost to Oklahoma, who's not in this discussion. So for me, and again, this is just me, my criteria, if I'm tasked with picking the 4 best, then I would have gone with exactly what this committee did, except I would have put Washington 1 and Michigan 2. Would have kept Texas 3, Alabama 4 probably if I had to pick best. But if it's just, hey, what do you think should have happened based on your own criteria, not defined by anyone else, I would have dumped Texas and put Alabama in and Florida State. But, again, it's not it's not up to me, and the committee is sort of hamstrung by the idea that it has to be the 4 best teams, not the 4 most deserving teams. So we got that we can discuss, and then whatever else is on your mind, we'd love to hear from you. It's a beautiful day outside. It's a beautiful day inside. My boy Hambone is rolling Texans gear again. By the way, Rogers, I get to call a Texans game. Did you know that? I'm calling a Texans game tonight. Northwestern State versus Tarleton, who are the Texans. Correct me if I'm wrong, you may not know this, Rogers. I don't know. You don't? You don't know what I'm about to... Rogers, do you know what color the Budweiser can is? No idea. Okay. See, I could have asked you anything. I think the women's team for Tarleton used to be the Texans. And I think they've since gone back to the Texans. I believe they used to be the Texans, which is amazing, by the way, as a mascot / nickname. But anyway, so Rogers doesn't know any answers to any questions that I might ask. But yes, I am calling a Texans game tonight. Northwestern State Lady Demons against Tarleton. By the way, Rogers, that game's on ESPN Plus, just in case you didn't know, and at 5 o'clock tonight. So a little early start. No, Rogers, you'll be at home in plenty of time, right? You get Bebop out of here a little before 5. You'll be home. Put on that ESPN Plus right there on your TV, and you can just enjoy some Lady Demon basketball, my friend. I know you're excited. Yes, so there you go. We got college football. We got NFL if you want to get into it. Things are starting to shake out a little bit in the NFL, what we're expecting to see. So that's good. I like that starting to shake out a bit. And then whatever else is on your mind. NFL, college football, college basketball. We're starting to see baseball moves being made a little bit. Shohei Ohtani is still being courted. Where will he end up? All of that going on. So we'd love to have you. A couple of ways you can get in touch with the show. You can call us if you like. The phone number is 318-RALLY-45. That's 318-725-5945.
Hello.
We can also be reached on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. That number is 318-657-0HAM. 318-657-0426, also known as the
Bobby L. Green Plumbing
text line. So find us there. We're also available on YouTube. That's right. Yes, so if you'd like to find us on YouTube, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. You may wonder, why do we play Eye in the Sky? The reason we play Eye in the Sky is because we refer to our camera as the Alan Parsons Project camera because it is very high up there. And again, weirdly, because this room is so much bigger than our old room, it doesn't appear that the camera is that high, but it is actually higher than the one than where it was in the old studio. It's just so much of a smaller venue. Yes, so you can find us in at any of those two places. You can see us on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. Please subscribe while you were there. We'd greatly appreciate it. I put out a little message to ask for subscribers yesterday after the show. And let's see, we are at 336. So we did pick up, I think, 5 subscribers yesterday, which is awesome. And we're hopefully getting our way toward 350, and then eventually 500 is where we want to end up. We can start to monetize the stream a little bit and have a little fun, do some other things, which would be really good. So if you are so inclined, please hit us up and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We would greatly appreciate it. You can also find us on Twitter or X. @Netherton Show is the main feed. @HeyBoy Rogers is that guy over there. I would... Ooh, that was loud. And I would be ooh, dang, sucker's right in my ear. PT Netherton would be me. @HeyBoy Rogers him. @Netherton Show, the main feed. You can also find us on the app. 1130 The Tiger. Search for it on Google Play or your iTunes App Store, and you can hear us in crystal clear HD audio, which is lovely. And now, ladies and germs.
Hey, boy.
Hey, boy.
Hi, man.
Hello.
What's up, my dude?
It's hump day, baby.
It is.
2 down, 2 to go.
It is. There was something I was going to ask you, and now I don't remember. Thanks, Brain. Appreciate you working hard for me over there. Oh, man. You know, Wednesdays are always weird because of hooking up and tracking down. So we kind of get in here late. And you may notice we start a little later on Wednesdays. You know, normally we're right at the top of the hour. Yeah. Mana. But yeah, Wednesdays are a little bit odd. We Roger's just getting after it. Hey, look. As I say, did you enjoy the video? It was pretty good. It's pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, Dominic the Christmas Donkey. All right, let's just take a break off of Dominic the Christmas Donkey, Rogers. Why not? Let's let Lou Monty take us into break while we're at it. We'll get to your texts, your phone calls if you like. Hit us up on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Netherton Show. We'll be back.
Christmas donkey, la 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 Santa's got a little friend, his name is Dominic, the cutest little donkey, you never see him kick.
Why is sugarcane so popular in Louisiana? 16,000 jobs annually, $7 million in tax dollars for roads, schools, and first responders. It's a $3 billion industry. Sugarcane, #1 in Louisiana. Log on, learn more at lakane.org.
Tiger Rag Magazine subscribers are LSU fans in the know. Tiger Rag Magazine gives you exclusive stories, beautiful pictures, and behind-the-scenes insights. Subscribe today and be in the know at tigerrag.com.
Wow! 2 ways to play, 2 ways to win. Seeing double, play double time from the lottery. Win up to $15,000. Visit any lottery retailer and pick up double time today for your shot at winning up to $15,000. Power up and play Power 10X from the lottery. Win up to $20,000. Stop at any lottery retailer and ask for Power 10X today for your chance to win up to $20,000. Feel the power. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
spoiled supermarket meat, sawdust like fillers, artificial preservatives?
Ho, ho, hold on there. I'm veterinarian Dr. Marty Goldstein. You don't want your dog eating any of that. These potentially harmful ingredients are found in many of today's popular dog foods, but not in Nature's Blend. A freeze-dried raw dog food with real cuts of meat, omega-3 rich seeds, and superfood veggies and fruit.
Nature's Blend is designed to help support your dog's playfulness, healthy skin, soft coat, easy digestion, and youthful mobility.
Your dog will go bonkers over Nature's Blend savory flavor and texture.
For a limited time, save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and receive a free festive holiday dog sweater with select orders. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511.
I guarantee it with a 100% 90-day return of your purchase price.
Offer available with select orders while supplies last. Text fees may apply. You may receive up to one additional text. Text stop to opt out. Paid for by Dr. Marty's Pets.
Ready to change your phone service? You got to check out Boost Infinite Wireless at boostinfinite.com. You get their low-priced service and a brand new iPhone every year. And Boost Infinite's new technology gives you 3 networks for the price of 1. So you get the best quality calls and data anywhere you are. No one can do that except Boost. Switch today at boostinfinite.com or call 855-55-BOOST. See boostinfinite.com for terms and conditions.
Boost. The future depends on teachers who are reinventing the classroom and starting their students on journeys that will change the course of history. Shape the future. Teach. Learn more and receive free support at teach.org.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60-plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
We're your local bank in your community. So come on in and say hi. You'll like what you see at your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. We're gonna make it right for you every day, every way. We're at your service. At GBT. At your service. GBT. Come on. We're more than a bank. We're the friend you turn to when it's gotta be right. No matter how big, no matter how small, we're here to serve you and we give it our all. 'Cause we're at your service. At GBT. At your service. At GBT. We're at your service. At GBT. We're the Gibbsman Bank and Trust, and we're at your service. GBT.
Member FDIC.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Welcome back to the Patrick Netherton Show.
Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. Again, got to bebop out of here just a little bit early. Nothing crazy. But I do need to get out just a touch early. Got the Lady Demons and Texans tonight. That would be Northwestern State and Tarleton. Got a little something on your fingers, Rod? Fingers are going numb. Uh-oh. Hold them down below you, down below your heart, so you get blood going. If you fall out, I don't know how to run this show, so I need you to just don't go to the light, Carol Ann. Don't go into the light, Carol Ann. Oh, I see the numbing elixir that I put on your Nestle's Crunch is starting to work. Yeah, I've had that happen. Normally, I wake up with like you sleep, like it's weird. I don't know. All right, well, let me know if we need to call 911. All right, I'm worried about my boy Hambone over here. Got numb fingers. Is it just the tips, or is it like just the tips? Huh. Weird. Right. Yeah, and you're not holding your hands up or sleeping on them, which is always when I get got with my fingers. Yeah, and the crazy thing is, Rogers, when you wake up and you've slept on your hand, that feeling that your fingers are like 5 times the size.
Oh, of what they are.
Yeah, like because
I'll start waiting for the feeling to come back to go to normal.
And I'll like it's usually my middle finger on my right hand. And so when I sleep on or whatever, and my whole hand's numb, and I'll start just feeling it with the other hand, and that middle finger feels like it's like 17 times the size of the regular finger, and I don't know why. I guess because you can't feel it when you're doing. I don't know. It's weird. So yeah. So hopefully Hambone won't be falling out anytime soon. Don't die, Rogers. Yeah. Don't croak on me now. We can't have that. All right, so you can find us if you like on the phone line 318-725-5945 or 318-RALLY-45. You can also find us on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line 318-657-0HAM 318-657-0426. So, let's talk a little bit about Jaden Daniels. Number one, he is going to win the Heisman. His odds are crazy right now. He seems to be a shoo-in, a lock. Bo Nix didn't really do anything against Washington in that championship game that would say he was probably going to find a way to win.
And I'll be honest with you, what I was kind of worried about was the Washington quarterback who's been invited.
Right.
Because he has beat Bo Nix twice, and they're undefeated, and they are in the Final Four. I found myself a little relieved this morning unless something major happens because is it Pac-12?
Yes, Pac-12
Offensive player of the year was Bo Nix.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense.
I feel better now about Jaden Daniels winning the Heisman because I was like, man, I could see nationally them giving to Penix because they beat Nix twice. They're undefeated.
Yeah.
All that
He's
stuff.
had a great year.
All that stuff that goes with being a champion.
He's had a great year.
I was worried about that, but when the Pac-12 announced that Bo Nix,
and by the way,
won the Offensive Player of the Year for the conference instead of Penix, I went
terrible decision.
And
sorry, no offense to Bo Nix, but Michael Penix should have been your Player of the Year
absolutely.
in the Pac-12.
And now I'm worried about the Harrison thing.
Oh no, here's the thing.
I'm hoping not. He shouldn't even be there.
No, he honestly shouldn't.
There should be the wide receiver from LSU should be there before he should be there.
Malik Neighbors,
absolutely.
One of Penix, Rome Odunse,
absolutely.
There are like 4 different receivers.
I mean, Harrison had like 3 or 4 games where he had like 30 yards in receiving. That's not a Heisman Trophy candidate.
Yeah, it's it honestly is. He shouldn't be there. I think they invited him. I mean, I'm sure he's 4th.
Ohio State.
Well, and also to have a different position, right? Because it's 3 quarterbacks, and they're trying to sell us on the fact that.
And
the
I
Heisman,
guess there wasn't a running back in the nation this year that did anything really major. Okay.
Yeah. Do you even know who the leading rusher in the country was?
That's kind of why I was throwing that to you. I was like, please tell me who it was.
I believe.
And from what non-school that I don't know about did it?
I think it was.
If you said Northern Illinois, I would believe you.
No, it was a Power 5 running back. Now I'm gonna
Texas.
It's gonna drive me crazy. No, it wasn't. It wasn't like a top tier guy.
Okay.
All right, now I'm gonna have to look this up real quick.
Okay.
But yeah,
when they announced the Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year, I said if Daniels doesn't win this now, which opens up the door for all these transfer portal quarterbacks, especially now that it looks like the LSU is going to come to terms with the offensive coordinator on a 3-year deal.
Well, Rogers, the 3 quarterbacks that got invited are all transfers.
Oh, no. And that was supposed to be evil just a couple of years ago.
Right. Like all of them are
Kelly
transfers.
brought in Daniels. Everybody's like, oh, this tall, skinny kid that he can only start at Arizona State.
Okay, it was Ollie Gordon at Oklahoma State.
Okay.
Who led the nation in rushing.
Bigger program than I thought you were going to tell me, to be honest with you.
Rushing yards per game, speaking of transfers, it was Cody Schrader of Missouri. Cody Schrader was a Division III player, I believe, and they had to convince Eli Drinkwitz to bring him on like as a walk-on. And that dude ran for 1,500 yards this year. The difference is Ollie Gordon got an extra game because he played in the Big 12 championship.
So that kind of the numbers are padded a little.
Yeah, so it's Ollie Gordon of Oklahoma State, Kamani Vidal of Troy, Cody Schrader of Missouri, Taj Brooks of Texas Tech coming to Shreveport. We'll see the 4th leading rusher in the nation.
Hey.
And Rogers, your cousin, Omarion.
Absolutely.
Omarion Hampton from
I told him
North Carolina.
Keep it low-key and quit, surfing on my coattails.
Right. Well, it was weird, Rogers, because in a press conference after one of the games that Hampton had a huge day, Mac Brown got to the podium and they said, why was Omarion Hampton so successful? And he said, well, we put in the Grisham reverse.
Oh.
And everyone knows when you give the ball to a Hampton on the Grisham reverse, good things happen.
You're gone.
Yeah.
You're gone.
Yeah, everybody knows that's how it works.
It's funny you would say that because this morning I don't know how it came up. We were talking about high schools and who's the most famous person from the high school you went to.
Okay.
And Fletcher was an athlete that I can't remember what the name was, but it was an athlete that you knew.
Fletcher was at Monticello, right? Billy's?
Yes.
He was a Monticello
So
Billy.
I think there was a basketball player that did well in the NBA.
Did he play against Scottie Pippen? Right? Wasn't that the thing?
I think so.
Right, because he hates Scottie Pippen because he played against him or something. I want to say that was the deal.
I think so.
Yeah.
So this morning, Fletch kind of was like turning the tables on me. He was like, well, what about, Friendship Academy? And I was like, well, I was like,
now, is it just athlete? Were y'all
well,
just focusing
he
on
was
athlete?
saying most famous.
Okay.
Like if you were known for he had a guy that won the Pulitzer Prize.
There you go. See, that's
so
a good one. But here's the thing.
That opens up a whole new category right there.
Here's the thing, though. Winning the Pulitzer doesn't really make you famous. It makes you famous in a certain circle.
But it'll make your name known.
But like if I went and asked Gary McCoy, hey, have you heard of Jim Schmidt, the Pulitzer Prize winner from Monticello? He's like, no idea.
Yeah, no idea.
But if you heard of Scottie Pippen, blah, blah.
You know exactly, yeah. So Fletcher kind of turned it on me. He goes, what about Friendship Academy?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, honestly, I said, the senior class before me, there's one guy, one of the smartest guys I've ever met, became a doctor, and now he's kind of semi-retired and he's traveling the world, and he recently posted some pictures on his Facebook page. He's in Budapest.
Okay.
I was like, that's pretty damn successful.
Yeah.
And then I went, well, Mike Hicks from Hicks Electrical, my 6'10" right tackle.
Sure.
He had a scholarship at the University of Ozarks, I think, in Arkansas.
Right.
So he played some college ball. And then I was like, well, we did have a golfer that was a senior, Brent Belton, I think won the state golf title in the Lisa League in the 80s.
Right.
I said, and we've had a couple of girls that were x-ray techs and medical technologists.
Thank you for I thought for a second when you started with x-ray, I was like, where's this going?
No.
Like x-ray
no, x-ray
tech.
techs, radiology and all that.
Right.
And I was like, there's a couple that are, in the medical field that are, well known for that. I said, but as far as just famous, and then it hit me. I said, well, I hate to say this, Fletch, but I think it's got to be me.
Yeah, it's old ham bones.
I said, because when you've been on a national radio and television show.
You have.
And you get a text from friends in Houston, Texas that are having lunch and are watching the replay of our 3-hour show.
Yep.
And they're like, dude, we're watching you. That's weird.
Yeah.
And which led to the story of one of my favorite stories of you.
Okay.
When we were having lunch one day during that 3-hour repeat, And the waitress came up, and I even had to preface, I said, if you know Patrick, it's a dad joke thing. I said, he's going to embarrass you or himself or something along the way.
Right.
But we were watching ourselves on the replay while we were having lunch in the local establishment, and the waitress came up, and Patrick hit the old dad joke of, hey, that guy doing that update looks a lot like me.
Yeah, he looks very familiar.
And she looked up and went, wow, he does.
Yeah.
And we're all wearing the same clothes that we're watching on the TV.
Yeah.
She didn't pick up to it till the end of the meal when you finally had to go, well, that's actually us.
That is us.
See,
yeah.
look, there's Hambone.
Right.
There's Watt. There's me. And she looked up, and the look on her face of pure blood leaving her body. Because the whole meal, you just going, I just cannot believe how much that guy looks like me.
Yeah.
And she just was like, it is amazing.
Yeah.
And you're wearing the same shit.
Yeah. And probably still had makeup on.
So I really did, for a second, I had a moment of clarity. I went, well, you know what? Besides the joking with the Grisham reverse and the all district and the all state and all that, if you had to pick somebody from our school that a national name, besides me being the son of Rogers Hampton Sr., if you're going to say, well, who in your 2-year class from Friendship was on a national radio show and a national TV show, it would be me.
Yeah.
And it hit me like a weird ton of bricks, Patrick.
Yeah. And I hate a weird ton of bricks.
I'm thinking about all the people I looked up to ahead of me, thinking about the people in my class that, okay, doctor, medical technologist, x-ray technologist, runs his own electrical business, scholarship basketball, double-handed dunk. And all of a sudden I went, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
We used to get texts from all around the country of, hey, man, I'm watching you right now. And it really did hit me really weird, Patrick. Because I did for a second, because I wasn't trying to be, I just went, you know what? If you're probably asking everybody else from my 2-year period there about who became the most, or not famous,
I mean,
but
if it no, but that's the thing.
You know what I mean? Name that.
But it's
and the fact that my nickname in high school, Hambone, 40-something years later, is still prominent. We gave it away as an award on the Brando show to a smaller college player. That right there, I never would have thought.
Yeah.
I thought that was all right, that's a little 2-year. We kind of ran the wishbone. We ran the Grisham reverse off the wishbone, turned into the Hambone offense. Okay, it's cute and all that. For 41 years later, my nickname is still Hambone, and that people know me as that.
Yeah.
Even your dad yesterday, old Bone.
Yeah. Hand me the mustard, Bone.
It's very humbling, to be honest with you, Patrick.
Yeah, certainly.
Because you know me, I'm not that at all.
Yeah.
I'm just humbled to be my father's son and my daughter's father. And that's how I define myself.
What does that make us?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing. Can't believe you, man.
It's my daughter's
But no, that's how I
roommate.
describe myself.
Sure.
I am Rogers Hampton Sr.'s son, and I am Lauren Hampton's father. And I could not be prouder to be either one. So anything I've accomplished or done means squat compared to those two. But it really did hit me like Samuel Jackson in Pulp Fiction when he had that moment of clarity.
Right.
I went, I guess if I had to be honest, and everybody in the class said, well, who went the most famous name? It would have been me.
Yeah.
And that's very strange, and it's very weird.
You missed a golden opportunity though, Rogers. A little bit could have been Rogers Hampton III.
I just couldn't put that on
Okay,
her.
all right.
I went through it.
Okay.
I had people at 15
Saying.
years old telling me if you're half the athlete your daddy are, you're going to be a superstar.
Right.
That's not very fun to put on
No.
a 15-year-old kid.
It is not.
But they were right.
Yeah.
I just needed to be half.
Got a couple texts on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. Lefty said it was FAU and SDSU. Yeah, we got that. 318, Rogers is very quiet today. Is he feeling bad? Please ask him. That was back at 125, Rogers. They obviously didn't. This was before this segment. Hambone came out of the shell a little bit. No, he's good.
And also Wednesday, we have that 5-minute break at the top of the hour to switch with hooking up and tracking down. So we're both kind of distracted of getting the laptop up, getting the TV going, hitting the stream key, me getting the Adobe Audition up to record the show. So that first 20, 25 minutes on a Wednesday, we're both kind of doing stuff preoccupied behind the scene.
Yeah.
So that's what that was about. Now I've got everything in line. I've got the commercials in line. I've got my songs in line. And now we can kind of, freelance.
Mr. J said Marvin Harrison's stats are not even better than LSU's receivers.
No, that's what we were saying. He shouldn't even be there, but it's one of those deals like I understand because of what my last name was and Junior attached to it. Sometimes you just get more bump than you deserve because your dad got a lot of bump. And I got no problems with that, but he does not deserve to be there.
Demon Alum said most famous person that went to my high school, Lee Arthur Smith, 2019 MLB Hall of Famer. Yeah, that's pretty easy. I don't know who the most famous Caddo Magnet High School alum is. I mean, I'm on the list. Kenny Wayne Shepherd, certainly. Yeah, he's on the list. I think I'm on the list. I don't know. Rogers, I am on ESPN Plus.
I was going to say that puts you past Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
Oh, well, thanks.
Once you got on ESPN Plus, I mean, Kenny's got a new album coming out. And he's going to start a tour. But, blah, blah, blah. We kind of been there, done that. We had him on the Brando show. So I kind of feel like we helped make him.
Oh, yes.
And he helped make us.
Right.
So I feel like we're kind of cohesive there.
No one knew who he was before he came on the Brando
not at
show.
all.
He
Not
was
at
an
all.
unknown commodity.
Not at all. Then once everybody realized that Brando and Shotgun Ken were DJs back in the 70s, and they realized that the children would be nothing without them. But, I will say that, though, that was a pretty special day when when we did the Brando show live from Blade Studios and Kenny Wayne Shepherd performed live in the studio.
Right.
That was pretty good. And do you remember after all that happened, we went back to the studio to continue the show because we taped.
All right, so let me clarify something real quick.
We taped all that
hold
to
on.
show it later.
Let me clarify. We're at Blade Studios the whole time. We were just in Studio B, and the music studio was Studio A, where they recorded all the musical acts, and they actually had some Walking Dead folks come in and do some ADR.
Oh, absolutely.
Where they put vocal, they do vocal lines and stuff like that after the fact, over the stuff that's already been shot and you can't hear. So we had all that. That was in Studio A. They completely renovated Studio B, which was not being used, and turned it into our studio that we could use for the show. So when Rogers said, well, we went to Blade Studios to watch him, we just actually went next door. We walked out of the hall and turned around and went into the next studio.
Because it was all one big building that had, what was this movie?
Yeah, Bill Joyce's outfit. Moonbot.
Moonbot. God.
Yeah.
And then our good buddy Mike Martindale had his production studio in there as well. So that building was more of an entertainment building. Now it's all pure medicinal.
Yeah, it's tech.
RX. Yeah, it's all medical. But we had where Kenny Wayne Shepherd came in. We filmed a couple of segments with him in the main studio, like you said, because Brando and Kenny Wayne's dad are lifelong friends. But do you remember when we went back over and they were breaking down, and then we brought Kenny Wayne in to interview with Brando?
Right.
Do you remember when he looked over in the booth and saw me and goes, hey, that's that guy that was just over. I don't think he realized
we were the same people.
We were the crew.
Right.
Yes, he did. I remember him looking over and go, hey,
yeah,
that's that guy that was just over there.
Next door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good that was a good day, bud.
Yeah.
And then we got to go see him open up for Leonard Skinner at the Century. Was it Century Tail or Link then?
I don't remember.
But we had a good time because I remember I enjoyed watching you.
Right.
Because of Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
You did not realize how many hit songs they had.
Right. How many I knew.
You just kept turning to me and go, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
I didn't know they did that.
Sure.
I mean, you really, and me as the music concert guy I am, and I know every note, every song, every word. To see you, who Mr. Know-It-All, and your vast knowledge of everything, to look at me and go, I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that as much as anything.
Good.
And then, of course, afterwards, we got to go into the dressing rooms and hang with Kenny Wayne and Leonard Skinner, which, not bragging, none of that. That is just something we got lucky to do. There we were in the dressing rooms with Leonard Skinner and Kenny Wayne Shepherd just hanging out. That's just it. Moments like that what has made this journey what it is.
Yeah. Mr. J said Kenny Wayne Shepherd's 5 Grammy nominations may edge you just a tad. Did I hear a win in there anywhere? No. Did I win honorable mention Sports talk show, all Louisiana? Yes. I have certificates.
Yeah.
Kenny Wayne Shepherd has nominations.
That's right. And we're live at the Super Bowl while Kenny Wayne's just playing the Star Spangled Banner at a Colts game.
Right. So
we're kidding. We love Kenny Wayne. We love Shotgun. We love that whole crew.
let's fight. I want to fight him, Roger. Let's go.
Watch out now. He knows jiu-jitsu.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he learned it real hurry.
No.
He learned it in a hurry.
Well, he had jiu-jitsu performed on him back in the day. He had some kung fu put in his face, I can tell you that, by a guy with no shoes on. So, Double J said you did have your most beautiful yard award. That's right. Remember that one? I had the most beautiful yard award for like 3 days, and then they realized they made a mistake and put it in the wrong yard, and they took it away. I was like, dang, my yard looks good. They're finally noticing. He's like, nope, wrong house. Showed up 3 days later, disappeared. Oh, Thurl. Do it for us, Thurl. You're a foul one, Mr. Grinch.
You're a monster, Mr. Grinch.
Yes.
Your heart's an empty hole. Your brain is full of spiders. You've got garlic in your soul, Mr. Grinch. I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole.
Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger. We'll be back.
Mr. Grinch, you have termites in your smile.
Hurry and check off your list for the holidays with 50% off everything for a limited time only at your nearest Banana Republic factory store. Wrap up Luxe gifting favorites, plus must-haves for yourself now through December 11.
Hi, this is Lisa Janes, Director of Sales for Shreveport Bossier's Town Square Media. We're adding to our team of sales professionals and may have a place for you. This position isn't for everyone. It's hard work, but also fun, fast-paced, and can be very financially rewarding. Town Square Media works hard to provide a total media plan for our partner clients and help them grow their businesses. Our client success determines our success. If you have past media experience with agency and direct business, want to make more money, and want to grow your career, apply today at ShreveportJobs.com. No calls, please. We have an excellent training program and won't just kick you out the door and tell you to go make a living. We offer all aspects of marketing for businesses, including websites, broadcast, video, display, programmatic options, and more. Town Square Media is on the grow, and we have excellent benefits. Town Square Media is an equal opportunity employer. Females and minorities are encouraged to apply. Send your resume today to ShreveportJobs.com.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Karen Haig. I am passionate about providing top quality dental care to our youngest patients. With a gentle touch and a friendly smile, I ensure that your child's dental visit is a positive and comfortable experience. We believe in the power of education and prevention, and together we'll teach your child a valuable oral health habits that will last a lifetime. I can't wait to meet you and your little ones. Find us online at ShreveportBossierKids.com. That's ShreveportBossierKids.com. Come see me soon.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
iPhone 15 Pro on Verizon.
For a limited time, trade in any iPhone in any condition for the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium and iPad and Apple Watch SE. All on us with Unlimited Ultimate. Go to your local Verizon store now. iPhone requires Unlimited Ultimate plan first. Service plan required for iPad and Apple Watch. $999.99 device payment or full retail purchase with new smartphone line required first. Less $1,000 trade-in/promo credit. Up to $459.99 device payment purchase with new line on eligible plan required per Apple Watch or iPad. Less up to $459.99 promo credit per device applied. 0% APR. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Pluto TV is your home for the holidays. Enjoy Christmas classics like Scrooged with Bill Murray or Last Holiday with Queen Latifah, all for free. Download the Pluto TV app on all your favorite devices. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-294-8831 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-294-8831. That's 800-294-8831. What do you have to lose? Call 800-294-8831. Again, 800-294-8831.
The holidays are the happiest time of the year. That is, unless you or your loved ones are miserable because of colds, sinus infections, or allergies. This holiday season, give the gift of better breathing with Navage. What makes Navage so effective? Well, unlike cold and allergy drugs that might take a long time to help, if they're effective at all, Navage provides fast relief from sinus congestion in 30 seconds flat. Navage doesn't just relieve symptoms, it attacks the cause by sucking out the germs, allergens, and viruses trapped in your nose that are making you feel miserable. Best of all, Navage does it naturally, without drugs. Wash away your cold and congestion problems this holiday season. Add Navage to your gift list so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all year long. Ask for Navage at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, or find us online at Navage.com. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60 plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate. RejuveMeMedical.com.
Tiger weather now.
Dry cold front coming in with north winds and cooler numbers into the midweek forecast. I think we'll see some upper 30s for low temps tonight and tomorrow night. Around 40 in town. Sunshine Wednesday, high 60 degrees. 70s return by Friday. And some thunderstorms for the top of the weekend. I'm meteorologist Scott Lauriamore at the Weather Channel.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Your home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station.
Welcome back to the Patrick Netherton Show.
Spoiled supermarket paint sawdust like fillers, artificial preservatives?
Gloria! Hit it! When did she die? Long before this song became a hit again. She 04. At the age of 52. Had just turned 52 like a month earlier. I was pointing at Puff. He was looking at me like I was a complete. Yeah, he was like, "What are you doing?" If he knew that we were playing Gloria, he might. He might. He's not a. It was blues, right? The blues. Apparently, she died of a cerebral aneurysm. It was reported that she had been experiencing persistent headaches for several weeks before her death, but sought no medical attention. At the time of her death, it was widely and erroneously reported that she was just 47 years old, resulting from a technical error the Associated Press published after contacting Brannigan's management company. She was cremated and her ashes were scattered over Long Island Sound. So there you go. So, Rogers, if you go to Long Island Sound, maybe you can visit Laura Branigan and sing Gloria. Great song. Absolutely fantastic song. And then, of course, it became the victory song for the St. Louis Blues as they went on a franchise record 11-game winning streak during the 18-19 season. I can't believe it's been that long, Rogers. A few Blues players visited a bar in South Philadelphia called Jack's NYB to watch the NFL wildcard game between the Eagles and the Bears. Club member kept yelling, "Play Gloria," and the DJ obliged by putting the song on during every commercial break. They just went nuts when they heard it, and we loved watching it, said Blues forward Robbie Fabry. We happened to get a win the next day and made it our song. So there you go. They had the worst at that moment, Rogers. Holy cow, this is a great story. At that time, the Blues had the worst record in the league at 15-18-4. They'd fired their head coach, called up a rookie goaltender from the minor leagues, and seemed bound for a lost season. And following their victory, which was the rookie goaltender's first start, Jordan Bennington, the Blues played Gloria in the locker room to celebrate their victory. And the DJ in the stadium, the arena, started playing it to rally the team. They would then go on to go 30-10-5 in the remaining games, advance to the Stanley Cup Finals, and they beat the Boston Bruins in 7 games. What a crazy story, Rogers. They started 15-18-4, started playing Gloria, went 30-10-5 the rest of the way. Gotta love that. Oh, I don't know. What's our theme song, Rogers? By the way, there is one song that I need you to go put on the button bar somewhere. I know you're hesitant to do it, but I haven't heard it in forever. I don't know. It may already be on the button bar, but I haven't heard it in a while. It's my theme song. It's my personal favorite jam of all time. The one that I crank late at night when I'm driving. It's not in the system anymore? It's gone? Yes. Weather Girls. Oh, that's right. I remember we mourned it. Yeah, we mourned the fact that the song was gone. All right, we got to correct that. I got to find somebody who can put a song back in the system. Yeah, Dusty. Need a song back in the system. Speaking about guys in the system, Rogers, how about EH, who's joining us?
I'm a team player.
I appreciate that. We need it.
Is it Crying Men? Is that your go-to?
Raining Men, not Crying Men.
Raining Men.
Sir. Although I do tend to cry a little bit when I hear it because it just hypes me up so much.
That's so hilarious, dude. The fluff meter today on the Netherton show is like an all-time high.
It's very high.
I had no idea. Oh, I had no idea who sung that song at all. I had no clue.
Gloria?
And then I had no clue. Who?
Gloria? You didn't know Gloria was sung by Laura Branigan?
No.
Oh, come on, man. That's a we all, Rogers and I both know that. That's a classic jam.
What?
Yes, that
if
is
you
a
were born
classic.
in 1974 or something.
77, which is when I was born. You and I are not, you and I are not far off in age, EH. You should know Gloria by Laura Branigan. That was an absolute bop.
Man, I just kind of stuck, I never left like 1978. That's about as far as I went.
Okay.
So, rock and roll, that is.
Okay.
Hey, I was calling. I called earlier today and was talking about all the NLL stuff and how tech is really becoming a turnstile and how Dion says, yeah, we're only going after transfer guys, and
right.
a lot of coaches that's really in the big boys. That's really kind of they want to keep their job. They don't really have these 2 or 3 years to develop. I mean, they're going to be run out of the rails, especially Power 5. Didn't this, like, in your opinion, because I don't know this, because I'm just asking, I think I know the answer, but Northwestern State doesn't get a lot of guys with stars. Am I correct? I mean, it's not a –
well, not out of high school, certainly.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many do have stars that they get? Is
not
there
many. No, it's. I mean, you might get a 1 or 2 star guy. You know, if you get a 3-star guy, you know, it's a huge coup. And look, as you know, I don't follow rankings that much, so I don't necessarily know like who has stars when they come in or whatever. All I know is it used to be at the FCS level when a guy played at an LSU or a Tulane or one of those places and it just didn't work out for them, they would transfer down because they didn't have to sit a year. If you transferred laterally, you had to sit a year. So guys would transfer down. So NSU would always have those, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys who especially like kind of towards the middle of fall camp when they didn't realize that things were they thought they were going to be a little bit better or higher on the depth chart than they were, and then they realized they weren't. They would go ahead and transfer out before the deadline for when they could before the start of school. And so, NSU used to specialize in a few of those every year. One of the best D linemen that NSU's had recently, Torrey Collins, was an LSU kid. Thought he was going to be a little higher on the depth chart on the D line, wasn't. Transferred in a couple of weeks before the season started and ended up being one of the great D linemen for NSU. So, the difference is now with the portal and the NCAA granting the free year of eligibility, the one free transfer, if you will, it's changed the landscape completely. Now you can just kind of go and get whoever you want. You don't have to worry about if a kid is going up or down or where they're headed. So it's definitely changed the way things operate. At the lower levels now, it's you find a gem that no one else knew about, you develop him, and he leaves. Right, Cam Ward is a great example of that at Incarnate Word. He goes to Incarnate Word. Nobody knows about him. He gets in the right system with Eric Morris. He's a huge star as a freshman. His head coach leaves to go be the offensive coordinator at Washington State. Guess what Cam Ward does? Leaves to go be the quarterback at Washington State. That's what you get now at the FCS level.
I've watched that dude play. I didn't know he was from there.
He's first year. He was the freshman of the year in the Southland Conference and may have been freshman of the year in the entirety of the FCS after his freshman year at UIW. And that was when his head coach, Eric Morris, was there. And then Morris left to be the offensive coordinator at Washington State, and Cam Ward went right with him.
Okay. Well, the thing that was talking on the Fletcher show earlier was how Tech should just go after, a lot of these 1 stars or whatever. And I said, look, or 2 stars. Say, look, you want to be buried in the depth chart, just come here. Let this be your red shirt year, and you actually can play, and then transfer over. But now I'm thinking about, dude, does Northwestern – this is all Northwestern State, by the way.
Yeah.
They could really, seriously, just go after guys that are, 5'9", but they're ballers that would normally – I don't know this. I'm just asking you. But, do they lose players to, Onasaw, Monticello, or, where you went to school? Are they losing talent there, which they just don't go after, or what?
Well, it's so it's a little different in the high school kids now. There's going to be more talented high school kids that find their way onto lower rosters, if you will. There's going to be a 3-star that doesn't get recruited highly that thinks, I should probably be at an LSU, at a Louisiana Tech, at a ULL, and ends up at a Northwestern State because of the transfer portal. The high school kids are not in as big a demand as they used to be. So you're going to find that the high school kids, if you ask me, the high school kids are going to fall through the cracks a little bit. And as the portal grows and as more coaches go out and get 10, 15, 20 portal guys during the course of a season. They're going to recruit few single-digit high school kids or 10 or something like that, where they used to recruit 20. So you're going to have high school kids trickle down. So I think you're going to see at the lower levels more high school kids and that have more talent also then sort of supplanted with or sort of bolstered by some portal guys. Whereas at the higher level, I think you're going to see more portal guys that get used. And so that's going to allow those high school kids to trickle down. So I think you're going to see more high school talent end up at the lower ranks and then have to kind of make their way up, if you will, right? They have to kind of start on rookie level, if you will. And then when they prove that they're as good as their high school ranking was, or maybe better, now the bigger programs come and start picking them off like that. That's just, that's how I think it's going to go.
So, yeah, I mean, that makes perfect sense now because it's so top-heavy. And then, like I said, the Power 5, these coaches, I mean, look what Clemson tried to do. Oh, we're going to build from – man, they're –
right, no portal guys.
Not sucking – they're sucking from what they're,
sure.
accustomed to.
Yeah, they're down.
Because they're not just getting plug and pay. I mean, look at some of the defections from graduation or whatever that LSU has. Well, it turns out, dude, some guy from Notre Dame goes in the portal, and then another dude from whatever, USC. I'm making this up on USC one, but they have Louisiana ties. Well, they're just going to get them. So it might be, you're right, it might be weird where maybe we're seeing the whole evolution of it being that, maybe one AA in the bowl series or whatever, they're going to be that's where freshmen go. That's where freshmen and sophomores that are ready to build, they should go there. Like anybody, if you're at LSU, like if anybody says, hey, come to LSU and you're the you're going to be the backup. You're only going there for the money, maybe. But, I mean, I want to play. I'd rather go to Northern State and just bang it up against Oral Roberts or whoever it is and just have a banner year, then go ahead and do it. So,
Yeah, I mean, look, the 5-star guys are always going to go to the big programs, right? I mean, they're always going to be fought for. I mean, look at what Brian Kelly did with the offensive line at LSU last year, right? Bunch of 5-star freshmen that come in and, what was it, 3, I think, that solidify the offensive line. And those are guys that are going to be there their whole careers, and they're going to be good impact players their whole careers. But in year 2, he loses his whole secondary. So does he go get a bunch of highly touted freshmen? No, he goes and hits the portal and brings a bunch of those guys in. So what does that mean for a potential DB as a freshman? Hey, maybe I'm a 3-star DB. In a normal year, when LSU isn't going and getting 6 guys out of the portal to play defensive back, maybe they go and recruit this kid that's a 3-star out of Alexandria. But because they already brought in the guy from Rutgers and the guy from Indiana and the guy from Arkansas or whatever, they already brought all these guys in. They don't need that guy. So what do? He now goes to Tech or Northwestern or wherever he plays. He's really good because he's a 3-star. He shines at that level, 2 years, and then boom, here comes Brian Kelly. Hey, we need more help in the secondary. Remember when we talked to you back in the day, you wanted to come to LSU. Here's your chance. And then boom, he's at LSU for his last couple of years. I think the lower levels of college football are going to turn into somewhat of a feeder program or a AA, if you will, a minor leagues. You're not going to get a huge number of those guys. It's not like Brian Kelly's going to go in and portal 6 guys from Northwestern State, but he might go get 1. Right? If there's that one that just is the guy he needs. Because most of the time now, the Power 5s are just picking off the other Power 5 programs. Like Kelly did look at the secondary this year, right? They were, guys from all other Power 5 programs with the exception of Zy Alexander, who came from Southeastern. So you might get one of those guys. But it's a guy that was an absolute star at Southeastern Louisiana who's going to get picked off.
I mean, what?
Can I just make up that question, I guess, Rogers? Since he said what and then disappeared? I mean, what? He was going to ask, I mean, what? No, you. So you cut off after you said what, by the way. So, yeah.
So Jazz Ferguson,
Right.
on your promo.
Right.
I mean, he's the guy that. I mean, can one guy like you watch the games? I mean, what you call them? I mean, can they be that big of a difference maker in that division?
Yes. I mean, a guy like Jazz Ferguson. I mean, I don't want to say he single-handedly won the McNeese game the first time the Demons had beaten McNeese since like 04 or 05, 03, whatever it was. But he was a huge part of it. He caught the game-winning touchdown pass in overtime. He caught the pass that tied it to go to overtime. The dude was unstoppable in that game and was, I mean, again, not single-handedly. There are still 10 other guys that are on the field with you. Someone has to throw him the ball, but he was such an impact player. He ended up being the offensive player of the year in the league because of it. But that's going to be a rare case, right? When Jazz transferred, that the ability to transfer laterally didn't exist, right? He was going to have to go sit out a year in order to do that. Now, he ended up sitting out a year because, I think, of academics, as I recall, when he moved down, but he would have been eligible immediately. Now, a Jazz Ferguson may go to Missouri, right? And, I'm going to go play with Eli Drinkowitz. Or
he's still in college?
No. I'm just saying a guy like that now may go and play at he wouldn't have to transfer down like Jazz did. He'd be able to transfer laterally, I love what Colin Klein, the new Texas A&M offensive coordinator's got going on. I'm going to go play for them. So you're going to have guys that you might have been able to sort of pick off at the FCS level, not moving down anymore because they don't have to. They can move laterally. And so that's going to be a huge difference in how this works. You're going to see, to me, you're going to see talented guys that are in the portal that there's not a vacancy for, there's not a spot for, that are going to, close to the end of the portal season, panic a little bit and go, well, I don't have any of these Power 5 coaches offering me anything, so I guess I'm going to go to Western Kentucky, right? Or I'm going to go to Northwestern State, or I'm going to go to Southeastern Louisiana, or whatever the case may be, because there's too many guys in the portal. And yes, 85% of the people in the portal find a home, but it ain't always where they want to be. So there's always going to be more guys than there are spots in the portal. So it's going to be real interesting in the next few years how many decent name high school players end up, decently rated high school players end up in programs in the FCS, Division II, lower group of 5, that kind of thing, and then grow up, develop, and then are picked off by the bigger programs. I think that's going to kind of become a much more prevalent trend.
Yeah, dude. If I'm the Northwestern State coach, I'm pimping that. I'm like, look, we might have you for everybody. So look, you leave after a year or two, but you can start, play, boom, and be like a feeder school. Hey, I know I'll let you go in a second, but I have to bring this up because Rogers brought it up. But so we're talking about the most famous, alums and stuff. Or you have to be the most famous, university elementary alum because starting off with the latchkey kid.
Right.
But,
right. I was world famous on Channel 3.
I mean, a pilot program. I mean, this is big time.
It's not your wife. It's not your wife or her sister. I can tell you that.
Well,
I sorry, no offense.
That comes with strings attached with that. But
yeah, I understand.
But all the things, this and of course the college and the great Netherton show and of course Brando,
yeah,
same thing.
Yeah, ESPN Plus. Rogers. Let's not forget ESPN Plus.
Oh, ESPN Plus.
Yeah.
I mean, you're so relevant. But I think the game changer of it all, which might give you a bigger nudge over Rogers, even though Rogers is a great drinker, is, dude, you used to spin records on 94.5. I mean, we're talking. You have a plethora of all weapons.
No, that was not. I was never on 94.5.
Which one was?
I was on 90. I was on 97.3, which is yeah. I was on 97.3, which is the Cumulus station, not a Town Square Media station.
Well,
So,
I
yeah.
mean, look, tomato. It's still. I mean, you're hip. This is good stuff.
I mean, look, when if you look up the definition of hip in the dictionary, there's two. My picture appears next to two words in the dictionary: hip and Riz. Riz, of course, being the word of the year in Merriam-Webster's dictionary. By the way, so
I don't even know what that means.
Riz, man, it's like I got the Riz. As someone said, if you don't know what it means, you don't have it.
Thank you, Mr.
So
Know-It-All.
tell next time you talk to one of your kiddos, or you talk to a younger folk, tell them that you got Riz, and let them just let me know what the reaction is.
I will, but if you say it, does that mean you don't have it either? If you have to say it, right?
No. Just tell them that
Okay.
just kind of bring it up casually. It's like, you know what, I was even if you want to just make a whole story out of it, it's like, I was at the grocery store, and this girl came up to me and she's like, man, you got Riz. And then I was like, yeah, I know. So you can just kind of go like, just gauge the reaction.
Oh, there definitely will be a fabrication. I'm a man. I'm 50. I don't have many of them.
No, I mean, just let them know that someone told you, you got the Riz, and I will definitely look forward to hearing the kiddo's reaction to that. He gone. Bye, EH. Double J said I'm listed in the Urban Dictionary under falling off the bone. All right. Chuck said our most famous alum from North DeSoto has an OnlyFans account. She makes a lot of money because she has a Stonewall face with a Logan Sport booty. Send the details, Chuck. I'll look her up. See what she's got going on. Big Papa said I went to school with Roger Clemens for a year. There you go. Mr. J said Brian Blade may be winning the Caddo Magnet High School Mount Rushmore. He may be on the top of it. Brian Blade's pretty good, man. That dude's very talented. But he may not be the best Blade brother, right? I'm the most famous Netherton. So maybe not in Shreveport, Rogers. It's a close race between me and Buster on who's more famous in this town. And I'm not sure I'm winning that, to be honest with you. But like nationally, right? More people know Patrick Netherton than know Buster Netherton. Here, this old Brando thing, Rogers, right? More people know him outside of Shreveport than in Shreveport. I feel like kind of the same way when it comes to me. Like more people know Buster Netherton in Shreveport than know Patrick Netherton. We'll be back.
Spoiled supermarket meat, sawdust like fillers, artificial preservatives?
Hold on there. I'm veterinarian Dr. Marty Goldstein. You don't want your dog eating any of that. These potentially harmful ingredients are found in many of today's popular dog foods, but not in Nature's Blend, a freeze-dried raw dog food with real cuts of meat, omega-3 rich seeds, and superfood veggies and fruit.
Nature's Blend is designed to help support your dog's playfulness, healthy skin, soft coat, easy digestion, and youthful mobility.
Your dog will go bonkers over Nature's Blend savory flavor and texture.
For a limited time, save up to 54% off Nature's Blend and receive a free festive holiday dog sweater with select orders. Go to drmartypets.com/deal or text DEAL to 511-511.
I guarantee it with a 100% 90-day return of your purchase price.
Offer available with select orders while supplies last. Text fees may apply. You may receive up to one additional text. Text stop to opt out. Paid for by Dr. Marty's Pets.
We are the soldiers of the Louisiana Army National Guard. We are your neighbors. We are your sons and daughters. While we serve part-time, we are learning valuable life and job skills. We are earning money for college, for trade and technical schools, and for certifications. We are proud to serve both our country and our home state. We are your Louisiana Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Army National Guard. Aired by the Louisiana Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Time is of the essence with COVID-19.
Prescription oral treatment must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms. If you have a high risk factor, ask your doctor if treatment is right for you. Learn more at treatcovid19.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Dell's Cyber Monday event is their biggest sale of the year. Shop limited time deals on laptops like the stylish, innovative XPS 13, engineered to do it all on the Intel Evo platform. Plus, save big on ultra-sharp monitors and top brand accessories. It's the perfect time to upgrade any home, business, or gaming setup powered by Intel Core processors. Shop now at Dell.com/deals to take advantage of huge savings and free shipping. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
O'Reilly. Cleaning your fuel system can help your engine run better and improve gas mileage. Visit O'Reilly Auto Parts and pick up a bottle of Chevron Techron Fuel System Cleaner on sale now. Buy one, get one free. Plus, get 2 times O Rewards points. Get more fuel-saving tips from the professional parts people at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hurry and check off your list for the holidays with 50% off everything for a limited time only at your nearest Banana Republic factory store. Wrap up Luxe gifting favorites plus must-haves for yourself now through December 11th.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60-plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
Restore me, refuel me, rejuvenate. RejuveMeMedical.com.
It's time for the main course with Rogers Hampton. Here's your host, Patrick Netherton.
What's so known
thousands of stores across the country are pulling brand name cold and allergy products off the shelves. Why? Because an FDA advisory panel recently determined that a drug they contain, oral phenylephrine, is ineffective as a nasal decongestant. Navage offers a drug-free solution that's fast and highly effective at relieving nasal congestion